So how often do you find Kindle Unlimited catalog a little confusing? So a few months back I got my subscription, and since then I was using like Kindle Unlimited for a few months. So I made a Kindle Unlimited specific video as well, so won't be like going in depth into that, but I have a few recommendations with me for the same. I know a lot many people will get Kindle Unlimited subscription in future and will get confused what book to read first. Though I haven't like read so many books on it, but I have a few recommendations with me, and those who are looking forward to Kindle Unlimited recommendations, this video is for you, and watch it till the end. Hey guys, and welcome back to my new video. I hope everyone's doing absolutely fine. For those new to my channel, I'm Divyam, and you will find book reviews, unboxings, vlogs, and a lot many other fun stuff related to books and fandom. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you can hit the subscribe button. And now let's start with this video. Before I start with my recommendation, so I'll be telling you something about Kindle Unlimited. So I'm shooting this video in the first week of Jan 2021, and at this moment all the 10 recs that I'll be talking to you in this video, I'll be telling you about the same in this video. So these are the part of Kindle Unlimited, and this catalog is something which changes on a constant rate, and there may be instances in the future that some of these recs will not be there in the catalog, and you can comment down below and let me know at that moment that this book is not there in the Kindle Unlimited subscription anymore, because most often Kindle Unlimited like refresh and revalidate their subscription, and new books are totally added and some old ones are like removed from the list. So if you ever see any of these books not in Kindle Unlimited anymore, do let me know in the comment section below, and I will try to make a new list and will come up with an updated video for sure. So let's start with the recs. This video is divided in two parts. So the first 5 books are the ones that I have read, and the next 5 are the ones that I want to read whenever I will be like renewing my Kindle Unlimited subscription. So starting with the ones that I have read, and then I'll jump to the ones that I want to read in future and are highly placed on my wish list. So let's start with the same, and the first is Sword of Kaiken by ML Wong. So this is the book I talked to you about in my top 10 reads of 2020. So this is a new underappreciated, underrated book, and I would definitely recommend you to go for this one. I read it on my Kindle device itself from Kindle Unlimited subscription, and I'm planning to buy the physical copy as soon as it comes in stock. So it's a fantasy book, and it is like majorly character driven book, and it's a fusion between like modern and traditional wartime stories, and it's not only war but all the family drama and all the things that you find, and most importantly like the Japanese culture is very much explored in this one, and it's highly recommended from my side. Being an Indian, I was able to like resonate with it a lot because the culture, I found it very similar to that of like 50 to 40 years back, and currently in the Indian villages you will find those practices going on. So I was able to relate, and it's fantasy. That is like, I every time say fantasy is my go-to genre, so I would highly recommend this book, and this one is for someone who is looking forward to great story, great fantasy book with some emotions and culture attached to it. So second book in the list is Shiva Trilogy by Amish Tripathi. So this is a part of Indian mythology, and for those who are like not aware of Shiva, so he's an Indian god and Indian myth. So for those who want to explore his story, want to see from a new perspective, can pick this book. Amish Tripathi like got famous after writing Shiva Trilogy, and these are the books that got him famous, and I totally love these books. I read them long back, and these are present on Kindle Unlimited for free. I would recommend you to go for physical copies, but if you can't, like, then you can go for these like Kindle books and Kindle Unlimited pack or something like that. So you'll enjoy these books, and it starts and explores Shiva's story from a new perspective. It brings in like element of science, and that's one of those things that most of the Indian mythology like authors are doing right now. They are bringing in science with the old myths, and they are making their own like story from their own perspective, and they are very hit among youth these days. So highly recommended from my side again. And the next track is also by Amish Tripathi. So the third one is Ramchandra Series by Amish Tripathi. So this is another recommendations from my side, and these are the 3 books that are under his Ramchandra series, and this is a multi-linear narrative, and if I'm not wrong, I think that's the word, and they're exploring the story of each character in depth in each book, and all are ending on the same part. So in this series, like 3 books are out. First is exploring the story of Ram from his perspective till the abduction of Sita, and then the second book from Sita's perspective till the abduction, and the third one is from Ravan's perspective till the abduction of Sita. So this is wholly based on Ramayana, and again he brought in some elements of science and brought in some fresh perspective. Though the first book is something that I didn't like much, but I still rated it 4 stars, and then the next 2 books I rated it on a higher side as well. So the first one was like wholly related to Ramayana, and I was not finding anything new. So the next 2 are very good, and he brought in some new things and new perspective and the story that I don't know much about. So I enjoyed those books and would highly recommend if you are a fan of Indian mythology or want to explore Indian mythology. So the fourth in line is Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. So this comes under dystopian series, and for those who are looking for some nice dystopian novels can pick this up, because I totally love this series, and all the 3 books are there in Kindle Unlimited catalog for so long. So the main character from this book is Katniss Everdeen, who is sent to Capitol when she's selected in a reaping. So that capital hosts Hunger Games each year, in which 24 people takes part, and in the end one survives and the rest 23 are killed. So this is an annual event, and Capitol like organizes it over the districts. So there are 12 in total, 12 districts. So yeah, this is the gist of the plot. If you are into like such kind of books, you can definitely pick it up, and it comes under like sci-fi and dystopian. So if you are like into games type of movies or sci-fi kind of like movies, then pick these books up. Well, how many of you watch The Boys on Prime? So I'm a big fan of that, so, and recently watched the 2nd season in the same. So I would recommend you graphic novels as my 5th rec. This is The Boys Omnibus, and I think the first 4 volumes are there in Kindle Unlimited. So if you are a fan of The Boys, you can definitely pick these novels. So the first 4 are in Kindle Unlimited. Now I haven't like finished this series, but this is somehow like on average side for me, and I haven't like read so many books on Kindle Unlimited. That's the reason I'm including this. If you are a fan of The Boys, I would highly recommend you to read it. Though it's a newer perspective, like the show is kind of different and this is kind of different. It is written by like I think Garth Ennis. So this is the series that you can try. And if you don't want to try, I was reading some other book as well. So that was The Scam by Sucheta Dalal. So I was the Harsat Mehta series, and that is Scam 1992, and I totally loved that show, and that's the reason when I started reading that non-fiction on Kindle Unlimited. So I haven't like finished it. Non-fiction it is, so it takes some time. So highly recommend it from my side. Again, if you are a big fan of these 2 shows, you can try these 2 like books. So these were my 6 recs and the books that I've read. So let's jump on to the next 5 that are in my wish list. Whenever I'll be like renewing my Kindle Unlimited, so I'll be reading these. Well, the first in line is A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth. So this is one of those books that is in paperback and is priced on a higher end. I was looking forward to get this book from so long, but I couldn't get my hands on it because of the price. And it is like always close to 900 something, but the pages, looking at the number of pages, I think the price range is decent, but I'm still looking for a price drop that I haven't like quite seen. But this is the book that I would highly recommend you all, because recently a BBC series also I think released on the same, and this is one of those books that is in my wish list from so long, and I'm planning to like get this book whenever I'll visit to book fair next time. So if I have to tell something about this book, so it is set in post-independence, or we can say post-partition time, and it follows or centers around a mother's journey to find a suitable boy for her daughter. So I think that's the little like plot of the same. So if you'd like, you can pick this book, but it's a big one. If you're ever getting Kindle Unlimited, you can like spend whole month on reading this particular book. The next in line is Cassandra Clare's Infernal Devices trilogy. So these are the 3 books, that is Clockworks Angel, Clockworks Prince, Clockworks Princess. So these are the 3 books that are part of this series, and these are prequel to like Mortal Instrument. So I don't know much about these, because I know a little about Mortal Instrument. I believe movies also made on the same, but yeah, I want to read Mortal Instrument first, though I'll be going through like publication order of the same, and I try to read books by publication order. I don't know much about these books, but I've heard of them and they're super famous. Like I've seen quite a few reviews of the same, and they're rated on a higher end as well. So if you are like interested in reading YA fantasy, so pick these books and these are for you. So the next in line we have Man Booker's Prize winner, and that is Life of Pi by Ian Martel. So this is the book that I've been looking forward to read from so long, but still haven't, and I watched the I'm guilty of watching the movie first. So I'm not a big fan of watching like movie first and then reading books, but I like to read books first, and I'm guilty of the same. So I watched this movie long back, and just because Irfan was in it, so I watched, and I know major part of the plot from that movie only. When a family from India relocates in a foreign country, so they travel with all of their animals in a ship, and then that ship sinks down. Boy alone survives on a single boat with some animals. So it's his journey, how he reaches the shore and how he manages to like bargain with a tiger, and how they both like take help of each other and comes out of it alive. So highly recommend it from my side, though I haven't like read it, but the movie was so good that I recommend this book, and I'm looking forward to read it whenever I renew my Kindle Unlimited. So yeah, it's high on wish list. So the next book I would recommend is Last Train to Istanbul. So I believe this was a translated work, and I don't know much about this book, though it is in my wish list because of some reviews I read long back, but I haven't like quite seen this book too often on like booktube or something like that, but I've heard of it. And if I have to like read any book on Kindle Unlimited, so this would be my pick. And I think this is like set at the time of World War II, and I'm a big fan of historical fiction. I've read quite a few, and last year I was reading one arc, and then I got Neapolitan novels by Elena Ferrante, and I'm a big fan of Guernsey Literary and then Tattooist of Ostrich. So highly recommend it to the people who love historical fiction and who wants to explore more of historical fiction, and I'm a big fan of it, so I'll definitely read whenever I'll renew my Kindle Unlimited membership. So let's jump onto the last pick of the day and see what I have with me. It's a series of so many books, so let's see what I have. So the final pick of the day includes Cradle by Will White. So this is a series which consists of I think 7 books, and the 8th one released recently. So the 7 books were on sale recently, and all were available for $0 for on Kindle price. So I got all the 7 books, but then I later found that the 7 books are there on Kindle Unlimited as well, and the 8th one as well. So I have all the 7 ones with me that I've already bought, so I'll be reading those. And these are not like too big books, and fantasy are always considered as big and thick books. So these are I think 300 to 350 something pages. I believe you can easily read these, and these are quick reads, and I'm looking forward to read this series. As I've said, all the 8 books are on Kindle Unlimited. Let's see when I'll be reading these books. As I've said, I have all the first 7 books with me. I've purchased them, so I won't be like required to get my Kindle Unlimited renewed. But anyhow, will be 8th book will be a problem, but who knows, they'll send or sell it for free later, or maybe I'll purchase it anyhow. So let's see what I'll be doing, but these are my top 10. I think I added one more book, so these are my top 11 reads, 11 books that I would recommend to you all that you can try on Kindle Unlimited catalog. So if you want to like watch my other Kindle videos, then all the 4 ones are in a playlist, and the playlist is linked up there, so you can watch those. Yeah, that was all for this video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, you can hit the like button, and you can comment down below if you have any other question related to Kindle Unlimited subscription or anything in general related to books, so I'll be happy to answer that. And you can wait for my other videos, stay tuned for those. I am getting so many requests to make videos on certain topics, so I'll be making those in the next 2 months, or hopefully like earlier than that. So you can wait for those, stay tuned. And yeah, that was all, and stay home, stay safe, and bye bye.